Eu vou falar sobre the experience of designing for the world. Design, what a bland word for the most imaginative of tasks. Having been an interior designer for more than 25 years and having designed special pieces for projects with positive results all along my extensive and varied career, I had a dream. An ambitious one that I decided to turn into reality in 2003. Creating and designing my own line of furniture and lighting to be totally produced in Portuguese factories and to launch it internationally at one of the design meccas of the world, Paris, at Maison et Objet, at the Scène d'Intérieur Pavilion, which is the tendency setter, and where you can only exhibit after sending your application project to be approved by an international jury. After 3 long months of waiting, we get our answer. We were approved. Here starts the saga of converting the dream of carving a niche for Portuguese design internationally. We received the approval at the end of May 2003, and we had to present our collection to the world in the first week of September. Production in Portugal, as everyone knows, stops during the month of August. We had 2 months to convert a dream into reality. To convert design pieces into prototypes, to approve prototypes and finishes, to design and produce 50 square meter stand that would have to travel to Paris and back, to create and produce a catalog and references, to calculate production costs and price lists, to create and produce all the marketing brochures and flyers, to organize the transport for all the furniture and the stand, recruit a team that would travel to Paris to build it and tear it down after 10 days, to repack everything and bring it all back. It was a huge task in such a short time that we didn't have time to assimilate the size of the giant step we were about to take and the revolution it might generate for us. Arriving in Paris, finding our designated space, starting to look around, and panic strikes. Looking around us, we see all these huge, long-established design furniture brands in the world starting to build huge veiled stands. The shock of reality. We start thinking, are we crazy? How did we ever think that we could compete with this? Cool. What's going to happen when we unveil our stand in 3 days? Oh my God, what did we get ourselves into? We worked 18 hours a day for the most stressful 3 days of our lives. The opening day finally arrives, and we have to show our work to the world and finally be ready for judgment. There is nothing worse for a creative than the moment of presenting the work you conceived. All kind of doubts assail you. We unveiled our stand expectantly, and being a brand new name at Maison et Objet and Portuguese, curiosity had been generated around us. Our neighbors started strolling in, looking around. We tried to read their faces for what, after a while, seemed like an eternity. Taking their time, they started by asking a lot of questions about Portuguese design and Portuguese manufacturing, and then finally we got out our first feedback from our competitors. We were original and had done a good job. What a relief. But we still had to deal with the international press, and last but not least, after all our work and our not negligible financial investment, the big question, would it translate into sales? The door opens. The first professional visitors start arriving and strolling around. They start working into our stand and making positive remarks. Some start asking for prices, and our tension rises. By the end of the first day, lots of visitors, lots of questions, lots of praise, press interviews and contacts, but no sales. Panic again. We much later realized that professional buyers look around on the first day and only start buying on the second day. which makes sense, but being our first experience, we didn't know. Second day, visitors, questions, press, and we make our first sale. It's the best sensation in the world to have someone like something you created so much that they buy it. During the last 3 days, we were in total bliss. We had made it. Sales after sales, press interviews, degree interviews. Acabou.